Hey there. Today I want to talk about activating your healing power. That's today's topic. And I've got asked the question a lot of, how can you help yourself? What if, you don't want to you go see someone? And I understand that question. However, I have been coached a lot of the times. I've resolved a lot of my things through the help of others. So I wasn't really an expert to what to do by yourself if you're not going anywhere. But nowadays this has become more a topic for me where I naturally started to realize how yourself you can do a lot to bring yourself forward without having to necessarily see someone. So the very core principle for this is stop censoring yourself. Stop censoring yourself. That is the core principle. Because what we do is, as we get socialized through growing up, we get to we get told what is good, what's not good. Don't do this, don't do that. When you see a kid, they play or do something, you hear a lot of the times parents correcting them, saying this is not good, this is not good. So when you become older and you become an adult, it has become so powerful, that hypnosis that is going on, that has become so powerful that often we don't even notice that we are censoring ourselves. We don't notice that actually I would like to put my legs up right now in the office in front of my boss. We might not notice something like that because it is inappropriate. We have been so conditioned to it. The hypnosis, the social hypnosis, has become so strong that we are completely unaware of it. So, with that though, we are censoring a lot of the energy that comes up. In German, there is a word called essen, which means to eat, and fressen, which is more like an animalistic eating. So you go like, you don't hold back, like proper eating. And the key, the energy behind it is still the same. You want to eat. So the energy is bubbling up and you want to eat. Now, it's up to you how you direct the energy. If you're directing the energy towards more fressen, more the animal inside of you, or if you're more going the proper way, the social right way of eating. However, a lot of times we don't even notice that there is an energy that comes up. We have suppressed it so well that even unconsciously, the unconscious mind doesn't let it even come to our conscious awareness. So practicing to not censor yourself, and by that I don't necessarily mean that you go crazy and scream at your boss or whatever. I don't necessarily mean that. I mean that you take active steps where you block out an amount of time where you don't censor yourself, where you just stay present with what is, where you stay present with your body. Okay? You stay present with what you feel. Maybe you feel heaviness in the chest. What do you do? Breathe out. Maybe that feels better. Maybe screaming. You scream with it. Or you take music, you play it, and you just notice where does your body want to move. It's not a scripted movement. It's not a dance that you know. You just notice, where does my body want to move? Maybe it's the shoulder going up and down, going up and down. Maybe it's your leg going in circles. Well, no, it doesn't have to look good. It doesn't have to be anything. It's just about letting that body do whatever it needs to do. Because that way, you start to learn to not censor yourself. And we are a healing machine. When you cut yourself, you start healing yourself. When you have a cold, your body naturally activates mechanisms to fight that. So our organism by itself is something that is striving towards health, striving towards a good life. By not censoring ourselves, we are allowing for our body to take care of itself. There's actually interesting studies that have researched that in the wild, animals rarely or do not at all get traumatized, but animals who are captive can get traumatized. And that's actually a really interesting thing. And when you look closer, is that an animal in nature just lets whatever energy got stuck in during trauma, lets it come out. So for example, a bird would fly against the window, drop down, and if it's not dead, it lays there for a while, and then it starts shaking, trembling like crazy, and then eventually it gets up and it flies away. So that trembling effect is a natural mechanism for us to let the energy come out. Now, what happens when we have something like that is like, no, don't do that. Either we do that or someone else like, calm down, calm down. Everything's all right, everything's all right. While that is actually a necessary thing for our bodies to take care of itself. So not censoring allows a lot of the times for energies that are stuck to come out and be released. And there is a close relationship between the mind and the body. It's not separate. So a lot of times, stuck emotions, stuck energy in our body can create things like cancer. I know from one woman, I think she created, I don't know her name, but she created The Journey. And she had like a tumor in her belly that was like almost as big as a football. And through that's how she created the journey. That she went into the emotion of that tumor. What was there? What kind of emotion would you feel? And she would go deeper, layer by layer, and the cancer actually started to disappear. Now, I'm not saying that going this way is the ultimate cure and you will cure everything with this. However, I do believe strongly that when you hold things in your body, and you do hold them, you see that in coaching and hypnosis, when an emotion gets released, the body releases as well. You can see there the facial muscles start to smooth out, shoulders suddenly drops. So there is a very close relationship to that. So when you censor yourself, you always keep yourself stuck. You're stuck in your behavior. You're stuck in the way that you are manifesting yourself into the world. And stuck energy is not healthy. You can see when a pond doesn't circulate, it gets stinky, it gets disgusting. It's the same thing with us. So those are two practices, just staying present with your body and doing, screaming if you want to scream, or noticing where does it press down, what, just working with maybe beating on chest, maybe stretching is something that is useful. And that's the first practice. The second practice, to put on some music and just notice where your body wants to go. Now, if you dance a lot and you have kind of an unconscious script of how to move your body, I would suggest go to a music direction that you usually don't listen to. So if, for example, you always dance to pop or whatever, go, for example, for classical music and just notice how's your body reacting, where does it want to move. Or you can go to tribal music if you don't dance to that, and just notice where does it want to go. And that starts to build more that connection, or deepens that connection that is there anyways, for things to be able to come out. So when you put aside a small amount of time every week, every day, if you want to do that, you will activate more of that healing power that's inside of you, that helps you to build the life that you want to build. Because when you look at a flower is blooming, a flower is growing. He doesn't have to think, oh, I have to make it, I have to make this, I have to beat myself up, I have to da. All that stuff that is going on that we all really know. So, hope this is useful. If you like it, you can like it downstairs. You can subscribe to my channel. You can share it on Facebook, on Twitter, or LinkedIn, or whatever else you use with your friends. And I'll speak to you another time. Take care.